Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is the Organized Money, where we talk about organizing your time, your business, and your money. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to organize and plan your content for YouTube. So I've been a YouTube creator since 2018, which means that I've been at this for 8 years, being consistent on YouTube, and I wanted to share with you my strategy, my tips, and how I have been able to remain consistent throughout the years. So a lot has changed throughout these years. My kids were about 4 and 6 when I started my YouTube channel, and now they are 11 and 13. I also did not have a church when we first started out, and now we are in full-time ministry. And I have grown the Organized Money as well as a time management, business, and money coach. And with all of this change, I have been able to remain consistent on YouTube. And so today I wanted to share the top thing that I do every single month that helps me to remain consistent and stay on top of my content even through all of my life changes. And so if you are interested in diving into YouTube and doing this full time, I'm going to be sharing with you my exact strategy that I do. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first thing that you need to do in order to remain consistent with YouTube is have a brain dump, a page where you are writing down all of your content ideas. This could be a note page that you keep in your planner. I like to keep a sheet in my planner that I call content ideas, and I'm jotting down all of the ideas that I have throughout the month. So if I am scrolling and I see another content creator create something around the topic of time, business, or money organization, and it sparks an idea in me, I will write this down. I also like using AI tools like ChatGPT. I will ask it, hey, give me some ideas on time organization or money organization that I could possibly use on my channel. Or I could be reading comments from you all, and then it will spark another idea that I could possibly use. Either way, I'm always writing down ideas. I'm always brain dumping in my planner on my content ideas sheet, and I'm just writing down all of the different things that I have seen or any conversations that I have had that have sparked an idea, and I'm going to write down a list. And I'm going to keep this list an ongoing list of all the ideas that I have throughout the month. This is probably one of the most important steps because you can't film if you don't know what to film. And if you spend a majority of your time thinking about what to film, then it's going to be harder for you to get out more and more content. And you want to keep this list in a centralized place. So I like to use 2 different spots. I will use my planner, my content ideas sheet to write down everything. I will also use my notes app in my phone to keep a list of ideas when I don't have my planner in front of me. So if I'm running around, I'm out and about, I'm in the car, and something sparks an idea, then I will jot it down in my notes app, and then when I get back to my planner, I will write it in my planner. But the first thing that you have to do is brain dump and keep a list of all of the ideas that you have so that you are able to actually execute those ideas. Your second step in this process, after you have brain dumped all the ideas that you now have a list of what you want to film. Now we need to decide when you are going to film it. And this is when you pull out your monthly calendar. Your monthly calendar really serves as your hub, your overview that really tells you how your content is going to flow throughout the month. My planner is divided up into 6 sections, and so I will do this process within my work section on my monthly calendar. I will take the list of ideas that I have, and then I am going to look at my monthly calendar and think about my upload schedule. Think about how I want this to flow on my YouTube channel. Lately, I have decided to divide my content into 3 categories. One is time, then we have business, and the third is money. And I like to pull from each one of these categories so that my content feels cohesive throughout the month. It feels like I am still covering all 3 of the categories of the pillars that I have for my channel. And you want to do the same as you are building your brand, as you are thinking about your content and you're looking at your calendar. You want to think about how you want your content to flow. What's the goal that you are trying to achieve with your channel? How often are you trying to post? All of this is important when you are laying everything out on your monthly calendar. So I like to post twice a week on YouTube and once a week for my membership site, and my monthly calendar really helps me to figure out out what I am going to post in each spot throughout the entire month. I will also add where that content is going to post in red underneath that particular piece of content. This helps me to easily identify when I'm going to post, what I'm going to post, and where it's going to post. This process will give you an overview of what your content will look like at the end of the month on your channel. After I have done my brain dump for the entire month and I've added everything into my monthly calendar, the third step in this process is to do a weekly breakdown. This is where we are moving our monthly plan to our weekly pages. And the reason why this step is so important is because we need to know how we're going to flow throughout the week in order to bring this video that we're trying to film to life. Now, I had to switch up the way that I plan my weekly content about a year ago, and so I'm gonna share with you what I used to do and what I'm currently doing. In the past, I would batch all of my content. This means that I would basically plan out everything that I wanted to film for the week, and then I would have a full filming day. So my full filming day might be Monday, then I would edit everything on Tuesday, and then I might write down descriptions and do different things on Wednesday, do all of my shorts and everything else on Thursday, and I had everything for the next week ready to go on a Friday. Well, with my current schedule, I'm unable to film multiple videos in a day. Usually I only have time to film probably 1 or 2 hours out of the day, and then I have to switch and I may have to do other tasks for church or for the organized money. So I had to switch from batch filming, where I am filming multiple videos at a time, and switch over to baking it into my schedule. So now I have baked in 2 hours set aside to film throughout the week. After I edit on a Monday, that video will post on a Tuesday, and I will send out emails. I will also post to social media, but everything is basically happening within a 2-day span. So instead of batching and filming multiple 5, 6 videos in one day, I am filming about 2, and I am spreading out the other pieces of getting that content out throughout the week. Either way, whether you batch or you bake, you just got to decide how you're going to get this content out by the end of the week. And I will say that sometimes if I do have some extra time, I will always try and batch. I love batching. I do believe that batching is one of the best methods, because if you can film 5, 6 videos, you possibly could get everything done for the month. However, my schedule just was not permitting it. So if I do have some extra time and I know I can kind of squeeze it in my schedule where I can film 3, 4 videos for the day, then I will definitely try to do that. It's just that I know that I can't limit myself to that, because when you try and limit and just decide that that's the way that you have to film, many times what will end up happening is you won't be able to film, and then you won't be able to tweak or be flexible, and it will cause you not to post at all. So this is your time to figure out your weekly breakdown. Mine will change throughout the week, just depending on how much time I have and how many other meetings I have scheduled, but I always try and set aside at least 2 hours at the beginning of my week for filming, no matter what. That time is non-negotiable, because I know if that does not happen, then I probably will not be able to post throughout the week. I can always squeeze in editing. I can do late night editing sessions, but I have to film in order to edit, in order to post, in order to send out emails, and so that time is super precious. I always set aside and make sure that I have blocked that off. And this also includes your camera setup. Make sure that you have an extra battery, make sure that you have a storage card, make sure that you know what your lighting is going to be. I have started filming in natural lighting just because it is easier for me than pulling out all of the lights that I used to use in my older videos. But we have to plan, we have to organize, we have to adapt in order to make this process easy for us to continue to do it. The fourth thing that you need to do in order to stay consistent with your content is tracking your analytics. One thing that's going to keep you motivated, that's going to keep you encouraged, is to actually look at your analytics and see what content is performing well, what content is not doing well. When I first started YouTube, I was posting a variety of content. I was showing how I organize different things in my house. I was showing my planner content. I was showing my budgeting content. But I found when I started to look at my analytics that my planning content was doing really, really well. This showed me that that's what people were interested in, that that's what they wanted to see from me. And I stopped spinning my wheels in all of the other areas and really, really focused in on my budgeting and planning content, because I realized That's what you all wanted to see. In order to refine your future content ideas, in order to know that you are headed in the right direction, in order to make sure that you are not just spinning your wheels, looking at your YouTube analytics will be vital to this process. You definitely need to set aside a day, sometime, at least about an hour, to take time to look at your YouTube analytics. So this is what YouTube Studio will look like. I like to go to my analytics right here, and it will bring up all of my analytics. So you can see that I got 51% more views than usual in the last 28 days. So I could scroll down and it will tell me a little bit why. So I have been posting more shorts, and it seems like the shorts have been really helping me. But doing this process can help me to see how shorts are working, and also my long form content. It tells me the top 10 videos that I have. And as you can see, there's this little button here that says brainstorm video ideas, pulling up other videos that I could possibly do. So using one book, that one did well. Then I have book organization, favorite planners and why, guide one book, but you get the idea. Once you're looking at your YouTube Studio, you can look at related video ideas that you could possibly do, and it will help you to spark content ideas that you can add into your brainstorming sheet. And one thing that I need you to know about your analytics is don't try and take it too seriously. If you don't like what your analytics show you, if you're not happy with the numbers, try your best to not internalize that. Try and look at this as a game. Okay, that didn't work. What else could I try? I always look at my YouTube channel as an experimentation instead of reflecting on myself, my ideas, or my content. I'm constantly just brainstorming and thinking of different things that I could do that can consistently show up and try and help as many people as I can. Because this channel is all about helping you get organized. Organize your time, your business, your money. And as long as I am focused on my goal, on my purpose to help you to get organized, I won't internalize if people don't watch one particular video. I can take the feedback from that video and I can think of other ideas, other ways that I could share the exact same content in another entertaining way that people may want to watch. So it's vital that you do not internalize this process, that you are thinking about it as a game, as fun, so that you can continue to show up for your channel. The fifth thing that you may consider wanting to do with your content is to think of a series. Now, I'm not doing a series this month, but every December I do a series called How to Organize Your Life. This is my Vlogmas series, and it is 25 videos that I do back to back that help people to start to organize your life. In that series, we are setting up our planners for the new year. I am talking about my annual goals. I am setting up my habits. I am talking about my routines. We are setting up our budget for the year. But that series always brings an influx of new people. So think about a series that you could possibly do. I've done different series in the past, like Money Mondays or Tom Tuesdays, where I will go live on my YouTube channel. But you want to think about a series that gets people to come back. You want to keep them excited and engaged on your channel, and having some type of series, something that they know you for, is always going to keep them coming back to your channel. And if you have trouble always thinking of a variety of ideas, having some type of series will keep you streamlined, will keep the ideas flowing, and will definitely help you with consistency. Anytime I am doing a series, I usually will do this on the sidebar of my planner, because my sidebar is where I will kind of place all of the ideas that I have for the next week, or something else that I might want to film in the future. So this could be a great spot for you to just write down all of the things that you are thinking. And the reason I like to keep these on my sidebar instead of my brainstorming sheet is because my sidebar is where I will keep like a collection of ideas. Because all of these ideas kind of work together because they are part of a series, it's better for me to kind of see them there instead of me seeing them on my brainstorming sheet. I might not realize that it is a series that I am planning out. So I will keep these kind of separate, because a series idea is more of like a project, and my brainstorming sheet is where I'm keeping all of my random ideas that may not be cohesive or work together. And the last step that you need to take if you're planning out your content for YouTube is make sure that your content is aligned with your business goals. I feel like there's so many YouTubers out there who are putting out content and it's just random content that may not have a particular purpose. Now, you could be filming your content for exposure, you could be filming it for education, you could be filming it to drive traffic to a particular product, but your content should have a business goal in mind. You are trying to achieve something with your content. You are trying to help someone with your content. There is a purpose, but you need to make sure that whatever content you're putting out there, it is constantly aligning with your goal. And one of the biggest reasons why you want to do this is because you do not want to go viral off of a video that does not align with your business goals. You will get an influx of people who will come into your ecosystem, but you won't have anything for them. Not even follow-up content, because that was a one-off video that really didn't align with anything that you just decided to film. And I feel like it's almost worse to go viral for the wrong thing than it is to not be seen at all. As I am planning out my content, I'm also thinking about the other things that I have within my ecosystem. Whether it is a planner that I might be talking about and I might lead people to my Etsy shop, or I could be talking about my one-on-one services and my coaching and lead people to book a one-on-one with me, or I could be talking about my membership and leading people to my membership. Either way, my goal is constantly to help, whether it's through this YouTube video or it's attached to one of the other things that I might have to offer. And those are the 6 things that I do every single month when I am planning out my content for YouTube. I have been doing this, like I said, since 2018, and it has helped me so much with my YouTube channel. There have been so many opportunities that I've gotten over the years because of this YouTube channel. I have been able to talk to you all for so long. I have built an audience that I absolutely love and a business that I love. And I truly believe that all of us have a purpose that we can share with the world that's going to help a bunch of people. So if you are an aspiring content creator, this is going to be your homework for the week. I want you to write out and plan at least 2 videos that you plan on filming in the upcoming week. Take these steps, write them down. You don't have to fill out your entire monthly calendar just yet, but I do want you to think of at least 2 videos that you could film this upcoming week. Script them out, write them down. When are you going to film them? When are you going to edit them? And when are you going to post them? Take some time to do that and let me know in the comments what type of content you are planning to film for your YouTube channel. So guys, I hope that this video has helped you, and I will see you all in my next one. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams.